proud and beautiful creators. Welcome back for another week of lessons. This week we are going to work on something called a continuous line drawing. So our image is going to be of an owl. But what we're going to do when we draw this owl is once we start with our pen or pencil or marker to the paper, we're going to draw the entire owl without picking up our pencil off of the paper. So all of this image is one continuous line. It keeps going the whole time. This one has been colored with marker, and this one has been painted with watercolor paint. You can use paint, crayons, markers, anything for this project, just as long as it's bright and colorful. For this project, you are going to need a pencil or a marker. You are going to need a piece of paper and something to add color to your image. So that can either be paint, markers, crayons, colored pencils, whatever you have on hand. So grab those supplies and let's get started on our owl.
You're going to make sure your paper is vertical. You can use a pencil or a marker. I'm going to be using a marker. I'm going to trace the outline of my owl first with my finger, and then I'm going to begin drawing him. Remember, once you put your marker to the paper, that's it. You have to keep your marker on the paper the entire drawing. You cannot lift it back up. It's one continuous, never-ending line. So here's the outline with his ears. I'm going back around again, and then I'm going to come up, still not lifting my marker off the paper. Down at an angle, I'm going to stop, go backwards, up, and continue. This is going to be my owl's beak. I'm going to come back down a little and draw a circle with some swirls inside it. This is one of my owl's eyes. I'm going to color that pupil a little bit dark, and then I'm going to come back over and draw his other eye. Remember, you've got to really concentrate and not pick your marker back up off the paper. Now I'm going to add some swirly designs to the top of his head. You can draw something totally different. I'm just going to fill in this space with some swirls. I'm going to add a few loops for his little feathers around his ear. Do the same thing on the other side. And now I'm going to come down and start creating my owl's wings. I'm just going to keep adding some loops and add a wider row underneath each group. I want his wings to be pretty small up top and then wider at the bottom of my paper. I'm going to scoot across the bottom of my paper, back up, start with the top of this wing. I'm making some loop shapes to keep my marker on the paper. And I'm going to give him some fluffy wings. Now I'm going to add some polka dots to the inside of his kind of chest belly area. If you would like to add something other than polka dots, maybe some swirls or stripes, that is totally fine. Now I'm going to add a couple of feathers sticking out on either side of his head. And I am finished with my owl drawing. Now I'm going to begin the process of adding color to my owl with either crayons or markers. I'm going to color in every single little section with a different color. This is where this project can get pretty exhausting because it's like the most epic coloring sheet you have ever worked on. I'm also going to try to make sure that I don't have two of the same little sections with the same color. So that's why I'm kind of floating around right now with this yellow. I think I'm going to stick with warm colors for his beak area and the top part where his ears are right up here. You do not have to use the exact same colors I'm using. Have fun with this and use whatever colors you like. And you don't have to use just markers. Maybe you could combine a bunch of different supplies. Maybe for part of this you paint it, part of it you use crayon, part of it you use marker, colored pencil, whatever you have available to work with. Take your time and have so much fun coloring in this really epic drawing you have created. Continuous line drawing is actually pretty tough. It's very easy to want to pick your marker or pencil up off the paper. So if you want to practice a few times before you draw this final owl, go for it. Also, if you feel like this video is going too fast, feel free to hit pause and catch up as you go. I'm liking the look of these warm colors at the top of my owl. Feel free to rotate your paper while you're coloring. Makes it much easier to reach those areas. I'm constantly turning and rotating and spinning my paper around while I'm adding color to it. Now I'm going to begin working on the eyes. I am going to leave a large part of the eyes white, but I will be coloring in the lines kind of around the edge of the eye. I think I'm going to go with some cool colors for his wings. Again, you do not have to use warm colors in one section and cool colors in another. Maybe your whole owl is just a series of different cool colors, or maybe your owl is every color of the rainbow, or maybe you kind of want to go a more realistic approach and use browns and grays and blacks. All of those are correct. It's truly just whatever you feel looks the best and what you enjoy adding the most to this art project. I'm nearly finished with my owl's cool color wings, and I'm really loving the way that looks. I'm going to finish off this bottom part right here, and then I'm going to start coloring his belly area with these polka dots. You'll notice at the top of my paper I smeared a little bit of marker up there and had a little bit of an oops. I am really not too worried about it. What I'm going to do is take my original marker and just add some extra feathers around it. If you ever have a slip up or something that goes not quite the way you planned with an art project, don't worry. You can always turn it into a new shape or a new added part to your artwork. Just be creative. Make it look like you did it on purpose right from the beginning. And now my owl is nearly complete. I know it takes a very long time to color this project. It might take you several days to color in all these details, but I think that's the fun of it and what makes it so exciting. And now we have a completed owl, and wow, is he colorful and exciting.
I hope you enjoyed creating this owl with me. Remember, you can use any kind of material for this project and you can draw anything with a continuous line. This is a skill that's really fun to practice on anything. So maybe you want to draw your favorite cartoon character with continuous line. Maybe you want to draw a picture of yourself or your pet or your favorite animal. You can draw literally anything with this continuous line method and then just add a bunch of fun colors to it to brighten it up. Have a great week, guys. Love you. See you soon. Bye.